Hi, welcome to our April video.
Sunny, slightly.
Sunny, it's quite spring-like, isn't it?
It's quite spring-like, it's a little cold.
We said this morning it looks really gorgeous, but it's actually chilly. So, Nikki, busy month?
Very busy month. I think everybody's kind of coming out of the sort of autumn, winter gloom. Although, as we said this morning, we didn't really have too bad a winter, certainly down south. And, you know, the kind of Easter's done now. So I think a lot of what's happening is all the sort of spring, summer stuff. And kind of my theme is some new makeup that's coming in, a couple of old classic brands that I love that I'm rediscovering, and yeah, sort of some stuff for the body as well. So
good. Well, I'm talking a lot about pigmentation this month.
Oh, well.
So yeah, ready for the summer.
Perfect.
Okay. Off you go.
So my first product that I want to chat about, which I've been using actually, is the Makeup Revolution palette called Fortune Favours the Brave. Now, some of you may have seen this has had a lot of social media attention. This was created in collaboration with Makeup Revolution and Jane Cunningham, so British beauty blogger. And Jane worked on this for a very, very long time to get what she considered to be the perfect palette for any skin tone, any age, complete mixture of textures, so you've got mattes and shimmers and metallics and that kind of thing. And you know, her sort of sentiment is very, you know, something we believe in is, you know, why should a smoky eye or why should a funky colour be, you know, constricted to being young? Yeah. So it really is a beautiful, beautiful palette. We will do some close-ups.
The lights catching.
Yeah, do some close-ups so you can see it. And it's been on Instagram quite a lot. So you have 30 different shades in there. I love the way Jane's laid them out. So, you know, they're tonally through. So you've got, you know, your blacks, your real plums and purples, through to more bronzes and sort of soft pinks and more neutrals. And then kind of up here, the neutrals roll through again to sort of browns and khakis into blues. So beautiful, beautiful palette. And it's $9.99.
It's the most amazing value. I've got one of these as well,
Yeah.
because I couldn't wait to have
And you got a little sheet which has the names on, which is cute. And they've been named by Jane as well. So
the quality is outstanding, isn't it?
That's what I was going to say. You know, I've talked before about Makeup Revolution, and in fact, I've actually replaced sort of some of my stuff in my kit with Makeup Revolution. You know, their concealer palette's great, and you can add a little bit more pigment if you need to. But when it comes to the eyeshadows, they have great payoff. Yeah. Great pigment, great payoff. So this is in and out of stock very quickly. Makeup Revolution posted that it was their fastest selling ever palette.
I'm not surprised.
Which I think is amazing. So well done to Makeup Revolution and Jane for that. But it is coming into stock now in the next couple of days, or in some stores already in Superdrug. Yeah. And then obviously it'll be back in stock on the Makeup Revolution site very quickly. Yeah. So that is Fortune Favours the Brave, and that's the £30 palette in collaboration with British Beauty Blogger.
No, not £30.
£30.
£30.
£30, and it's
like
£9.99. Yeah. So there you go.
It's amazing. Make a fantastic gift.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Anybody
exactly.
would throw it to bits.
And I love the name as well.
Yeah, it's great.
So
yeah, it's really
there you go. That's my first one.
Okay. Well, I wanted to just mention to you about Jurlique. I actually been using this. It's such a lovely brand, Australian. And when I went to Australia, God, I don't know how long ago, certainly 10 or maybe even 15 years ago, I bought a lot of the products there and I absolutely love them. Do you remember the drops?
Yeah.
You put into water and actually splash on your face.
I used to use it, well, we had it in Space & K all those years ago, so I used to use a lot of that.
So this is actually a limited edition. It's a rose water balancing mist intense.
It's very heavy.
It's really
You don't
heavy.
want to post this to anybody.
You can't be travelling with this.
No,
definitely.
you can't be holding this. Glass table.
So absolutely beautiful packaging. And what you've got is hydrating, smoothing, softening, restoring mist. So you can use this before you put on moisturiser, you can put it before makeup, you can spray over makeup to set it, hydrate your skin during the day. The fragrance is divine.
It's stunning.
Absolutely beautiful. So this is a limited edition. It's going on sale on the 4th of April. and it will be on the online retailers. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be in store or not. I will double check that.
But it promotes a charity, it says.
It promotes a charity, and it's Wildlife in London for the UK.
Oh, nice.
And so everything about it is good. Now, it's not cheap. It's 200ml, £45. So, as I said, not cheap, but extremely good. And you use so little. You use a tiny little bit when you put it on, so it will last a long time.
Yeah, fabulous.
Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful packaging, packed with rose goodness. And the other thing it's really nice for is freshening your hair up. If you haven't actually shampooed your hair, just a spritz through your hair, refreshes it much nicer, I think, than a dry shampoo or anything like that.
Just don't travel with it.
Don't travel with it. It weighs a ton, but it's absolutely beautiful. So Rosewater Balancing Mist Intense, and it's a limited edition.
Nice
so
gift.
Get it while
Beautiful.
you can. Stunning gift, isn't it? Really, really beautiful.
Okay, so talking about beautiful things, my next products are just an insight to some of the products that are available by Ilia, which is a gorgeous new makeup brand that's sort of been around for a couple of years now and is getting a lot more kind of profile in the UK. The range kind of currently, or as it has been, is in this colour packaging.
Okay.
And when you open it, it's in like a sort of gunmetal-y type thing. I'll go through the products in a minute.
Packaging's beautiful.
Packaging's beautiful. And then there's a whole new collection for this season, which is in the white. So before we talk about products, Ilia is a brand being created by a lady called Sasha, and it's kind of as high percentage organic as you can get within the makeup industry.
Okay.
Now, whenever I've used kind of natural makeup before, it's always been several things. I think sometimes the pigments have been a bit wishy-washy, formulas maybe not that good, and the other thing is it often comes in quite papery, or do you know what I mean? Like
too eco-friendly.
A bit too eco-friendly. Whereas, you might want a bit of organic, you might want,
still want a bit of glamour.
You want a bit of glamour, absolutely. So this is where Ilia has completely nailed this. So as I said, 85% organic. So two of my favourite products, it's quite an extensive line. Two of my favourite products in the existing line I've bought to show you today. One is this multi-stick. Now, I absolutely love this. So you can use it on cheeks and lips.
Great pigment.
Great pigment. And obviously you wouldn't necessarily do that dense on your cheeks.
So this is actually a little bit like the NARS.
It is, but you know what? It doesn't have. I find it has better staying power.
And it doesn't have any shimmer.
No shimmer, which is perfect for me. So this is this, and this one is £30.
Very creamy, isn't it?
Very creamy. And when you look at the ingredients, as I said, it has plant oils and seeds and all that kind of thing, vitamin E, shea butter.
Colour.
So yeah, beautiful colour. And that one is called A Fine Romance.
Ooh.
So that I love. That's one of my favourites that's made it into my kit. And then the other one is a concealer. Now I always love a good concealer that's kind of got good pigment but not too thick. This is called the Vivid Concealer. And I have Cassava, which I think is number 1, and it's in a tube. You get quite a lot.
I was going to say, isn't it quite a lot?
15 grams, so you don't need very much. It'd be a good colour for you, this one actually. So this works under the eye,
rather too much.
under the eye, on the face area, so kind of patting it in.
Really gorgeous consistency.
Beautiful texture.
Do you know what I like about this? As you get older and the under eye dries out, you need something that's got really good moisturisation, so it doesn't settle in the lines.
What's interesting with this is it talks about obviously up to 85% organic, obviously great for sensitive skins, and if you're concerned with that kind of thing, this gives a light to medium coverage, and then a healing power of aloe, coconut oil, arnica and green tea, so that's going to help with darkness around the eyes.
I might steal a little.
You're not going to steal that.
No,
but you
not the whole
can go
thing.
and buy it for £25.
Okay.
So that's
Steal just a little.
two of my favourite
This is
kind of onga, of the current range. Then we go to the white packaging. Now, I'm not a big fan of white generally, but I do love this. And these two have made it into my Real Heroes kit. The Radiant Beauty Balm and then the powder. Now, both of these have SPFs. And this is a very interesting product because this you can... Oh, a bit too much. That's one thing with these, actually, give them a shake, because...
They do settle.
Yeah, they don't have loads of fillers and things in. So the Radiant Beauty Balm, basically, you can use on its own to give a bit of radiance to the skin. You know, if you're just going out for the weekend, you just want a bit of radiance. And
I just don't want to close this without cleaning it.
You could use it under a foundation as a primer.
Okay.
Or you could even have a play and kind of mix it with your foundation. It gives the most gorgeous texture. Now, what's interesting with this is Sasha talks about putting this on, leaving it for 5 minutes, and then applying the rest of your makeup if you so wish, because it kind of sets into the skin. Now, what this does once it sets into the skin is it kind of helps to... It's gorgeous. It smells nice as well. Beautiful smell, isn't it?
What does that remind you?
Let me tell you what it's got in it. No, so it helps to refine pores. That's
you see, I would like to use this just on its own, without foundation, during the summer, because I think it just gives you a really
it's an SPF of 20, and regarding the kind of ingredients that are in it, aloe for hydration, vitamin E, the SPF in both of these is zinc oxide, so obviously it's a mineral SPF, UVA and UVB. Beautiful, beautiful product, and as I said, it gives a real radiance.
And just a really nice glow.
Yeah, no, it's not shimmer, which, you know, there's no particles. And then finally, and I think this is going to be really big, and this is something that is perfect to carry around in your handbag. Again, an SPF, but I would not rely on this as your only SPF. You know, I would wear, for example, today I've got a Zoe SPF on, so that I could then top up with this. And this is the powder, so it's called the Radiant Translucent Powder. It's an SPF of 20, and basically it's got a little open
packaging. It's ingenious, isn't it?
And you kind of tap it, and then you kind of buff. So basically you tap it for the product to come out. I've got it open, yeah, and then you kind of buff. So perfect to kind of touch up.
It's good for getting rid of that bit of shine or something during the day, and just sealing your SPF.
I absolutely love it. And also they talk about this being refillable, so I'm sure, I haven't investigated because I don't want to make a mess, but I'm sure there's a way you can undo it and then fill up with your you know, your other stuff. And there you go.
Really good.
So have a look at Ilia. It's just launched in Fenwick on Bond Street, so if you're in town, and it's also in Fortnum and Mason. It's on several online sites, so we'll put all the links below. The wipes selection, the new season, is actually just in Fenwick at the moment, but yeah, great products. And if you are concerned with, you know, natural makeup, organic, but you still want glamour and pigment, Ilia's the way to go.
Okay.
So there you go.
Right, talking about pigment in a completely different way.
The pigment you don't want, you're going to talk about.
The pigment you don't want. I've been using 2 products by Oskia, and someone said to me recently, you don't rave about products, and it's true. I generally don't rave about things, because if they're really good, we tell you they're really good, and if they're not, we generally don't talk about it. But I have to say, both of these products I'm really very impressed with. This is actually a lab sample, which is why it doesn't look quite as pretty as the actual bottle. The actual bottle looks much nicer, same bottle but beautifully printed. So Oskia is a range started by Georgie Cleve, and Georgie went through some problems when she was younger. She did a lot of skiing, had problems with her joints, and actually her father was introducing MSM through treatment for racehorses, found out it was working fantastically well, and introduced Georgie to MSM to treat her problems with her knees. And what actually happened was her skin condition improved. So she started the range Oskia. She's actually produces the products in this country, in Wales. Now, so many people produce products to solve their own problems, and when Georgie was pregnant, she had terrible problems with melasma. Pigmentation problems. So this mask of pregnancy that a lot of women go through, where you have these extreme hormonal changes and it affects your skin, so you start getting dark patches, dark spots, pigmentation pieces come up. And I had a similar thing. I had a piece on my neck, little piece on my cheek, and it's just discoloured.
It's actually more common even outside of pregnancy now because of things like the contraceptive pill and hormones. You know, if somebody's on HRT, any kind of hormone.
Exactly. So, Georgie developed Renaissance Bright Light, an intensive serum. Now, this serum is very light. As you can see, this is how much I've used of it. I've used quite a lot. I've been using it day and night. It's very fine, very light, and you literally just use this after cleansing and toning. It sinks into the skin really easily, and what it starts to do is to readdress your pigmentation problems, to correct it, but also to protect your skin against this melanin change that you're actually getting as you're either in the sun or hormonal problems. Now, to top that up,
you follow with this.
You follow with this Renaissance 360. Now, both these products are brand new. They literally.
But there's no SPF in this, so you SPF.
Yes, there is.
Oh, is there?
There is. Well, the reason for that is because it's a very low SPF. It's an SPF 8, but it's a mineral SPF.
Right.
So instead of actually bouncing the rays off, it's actually protecting you against the rays, but it's not actually coating the skin. So the recommendation is that you would use this to put on in the morning. It will protect you from early morning sun if you were just literally doing the school run or something like that. But after that, you really need to use an SPF because these are correcting products. They're brightening, they're breaking down these patches of discoloration on the skin, so you need to protect from the sun.
And the other thing is, and I've said this many times, but just to reiterate, whatever brand you're using, it doesn't matter. If these patches diminish or even lucky enough to completely leave the surface of your skin, so your skin's clear, that damage is still underneath.
Yeah.
It's impossible to correct that damage deep down. So that is why you must always wear an SPF, because if you don't wear an SPF whilst treating and 365 days a year anyway, that damage will just come straight back to the surface. So you can get rid of. I mean, you know, I had quite a lot on my forehead at one stage. That completely, I managed to get rid of that. So you can get rid of it on the surface.
Well, this has made a huge difference to my skin. My skin is much brighter, much clearer. A couple of little patches of pigmentation that I had on my cheek are very much better. But also, your skin just looks and feels better when you use it. So the only thing I will say about this, when you use it, don't expect to have that moisturisation sitting on your skin. It really sinks in. So it's definitely working, but you don't get any of that greasy layer. It really does penetrate. So packed with vitamins, well, you're looking at £85 for the serum, which is quite a lot of money, but it's packed with all good ingredients. There's no nasty fillers in there. It lasts a long time. You don't need to use a lot. And then the 360, you're looking at £65 for 40ml. Okay. And again, you don't need to use a lot of product. You don't have to have a handful of moisturiser. You only need a very small amount. So you've got lots of really good ingredients. You've got MSM in both.
Yeah. What does the MSM do?
What it actually does is helps to produce collagen. So it's helping with collagen, but it's also helping the skin renewal.
Okay.
Yeah. So really great products from Oskia. These are available online and in store. We'll put all the links at the bottom, but highly recommending if you've got pigmentation problems and you want to brighten and lighten and refresh the skin.
So this would be an alternative then if you've got pigmentation problems but don't want to go down the acid and the retinol route? Because I would always recommend acid and retinol type route for pigmentation.
Yeah, I think you could.
So this is an alternative.
I use acids as well.
Yeah, but you would. But maybe people can't. So
no,
this would be a more gentle,
a much gentler way,
and
a really good way. You've still got the advantages of retinol, but not as harsh.
Oh, so it does have a retinol benefit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I know. We just put everything on our skin. So. Okay, 2 products from a favourite brand of mine actually, and I was revisiting them the last few days. So, Aromatherapy Associates, and I've chosen a product that I've been using for the body, and then a skincare product as well. So you all know that Deep Relax is one of my favourite bath and shower oils, and I've just recently invested in this one, which is the De-Stress, the purple range. They do De-Stress Mind, but I've got De-Stress Muscle.
Oh!
Now then, perfect for aching joints, if you have challenges with mobility, if you've pulled any muscles, if you've been gardening, you know, we all need to kind of get out in the garden now because it's all looking a bit of a mess, and start doing a bit of DIY. If you have a day when you're kind of doing the spring cleaning, perfect. Now these you can use, all of these you can use in the shower, and what I would recommend to do is to put a tiny amount on your hand, you don't need much, and massage into damp skin and then step in the shower, or you can use in the bath.
I must say I love these in the bath.
Oh, I love them.
I like the aroma that fills the bathroom.
They are £45, but it goes, I mean, they last. You use very little.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now this has lavender in.
I know.
But it's not.
It's not overly lavender.
No, I love it.
It's very clean, very fresh, clears the airways.
So you've got lavender, ginger, and then obviously you've got great base oils in here. So, I mean, if you can do kind of, you know,
great fragrance.
Yeah, you can do kind of, you know, sort of pretend muscle products and things like that, you know, cheaply.
Pretend muscle.
You know, things that don't really work. Invest in something like this and it really, really does work. So, you know,
I think what's so nice though is actually what I like to do is you're running the bath, you're taking your makeup off, you've actually got this fragrance in the bathroom, and then just to line the bath, nice face mask.
With these products, when you're using them in the bath, you run the bath and then put the product in so that you're not kind of wasting the steam, and also obviously keep your doors and windows shut so you're getting a real kind of inhalation in the bathroom.
And what do you use? Just a capful?
Do you know what? I don't think I even use just a few
drops.
Yeah, literally just a few drops.
Yeah.
And the other thing for this, from my personal recommendation, do not keep it in the bathroom. Your bathroom is too hot, so keep it in the box. After you've used it in the bath, pop it back in the box, and then I take that and put it in the bedroom.
Keep it in the dark.
Yeah. So you know, don't leave it on the windowsill or anything.
How much is it, Nikki?
£45.
Okay.
And as I said, you know, they do last. I mean, Deep Relax lasts me, which is one I use all the time, lasts me, you know, 3
Inner
months.
Strength is one of my absolute favourites as well.
Really investigate. And you know, the other thing to look at when you go through to the links regarding these products, have an explore of Aromatherapy Associates website, because if you're not familiar with these products, they do a great little library of the minis,
they really do.
which are perfect to try. I mean, one of my other favourites is Breathe, which is if you are feeling fluey, coldy, germs, yuck. So the little library, you can either kind of find your favourites, or they're great for travel.
Okay.
So yeah.
Perfect.
So that's that. Now the other one, which I've kind of used this a couple of times, so I'm going to get into it and give you a bit more info. But I liked the texture and I liked the idea. So this is in their skincare line, and it's the hydrating, which is the blue boxes, but it's firming.
We like firming. Pretty packaging, isn't it?
Beautiful packaging. The other thing I love about this, we all want a bit of firming and hydrating, but personally I don't like heavy eye creams.
No, but you know, as you get older, you need something that's going to deeply penetrate. Ooh, that feels good.
And this is like a gel, like a serum gel. So basically this is going to work. It's not silicone-y. You're not going to get that roll.
What can I smell in it? It's got oils, obviously.
Well, it's got tea in it, which is an antioxidant, black tea. But then you've also got ingredients such as millet, frankincense, butcher's broom. So all to work on circulation.
So draining.
Draining. So firming, puffiness, darkness. Texture-wise, I've used this with makeup over the top and it's fine. You just see me pat it over makeup, that's fine. If you are very dry or if you're slightly more mature, I would use this more like a serum and probably use an eye cream over the top.
So layer it.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm going to give this a really good go, because as I said, I do want the firming, but I don't like thick creams personally. So, a real alternative.
Seems like a deal.
Yeah, and this is £41.
Okay, and how much is that for?
15 mil.
So it should last.
And it's a nice airless pump as well.
And can you control it?
You can
That's
control
the one
it.
thing that I always want something you can really control.
No, you can control it. So we'll pop all the links. And obviously with the Aromatherapy Associates, it's a great English brand, so great to support them as well. So yeah, we'll pop the link. So that's a skincare product and glorious
really
bath.
Good. Really nice.
AA.
Okay, I'm staying... I've made a mess here, look. What a mess. I'm staying on the route of pigmentation. I'm talking about hand chemistry, retin oil. Now, one of the things that happens as you get older, another joy, something to look forward to, is pigmentation on the back of your hands. Now, I've been quite lucky. One hand is great because this is the one that I use to test all the products on, so I've got one really nice clear hand, and one that's a little bit more patchy. And we've talked before about products to actually lighten and brighten the skin. And this I've been using, as you can see, I've actually been using it for quite a few weeks, but you use so little.
That's also your driving hand, so that's always worse.
Well, true, I don't do a lot of that now.
No, but it's true.
It is true, it's probably, and again, like we said before, it's from the past, it's not only from now. So, retin oil, you've actually got vitamin A in here, which is actually starting to break down and repair the damage on your skin. It's a dry oil packed with vitamins, multivitamins in there. It's a bit mucky, that's the only thing. Just be careful, it goes everywhere if you're using it by glass. Now what I've been doing is actually putting this on at night, back of my hands, and I always go to bed with a hand product on, hand cream or an oil. So back of the hands, rub it in. It's quite a nice fragrance,
I
isn't
adore the smell. It reminds me of 1970s sweets.
Okay.
Like shrimps and bananas and things like that.
No,
That's
it
what
is.
it reminds me
But
of.
it's really nice. Dry oil, as I say, actually sinks in well, starts to repair the damage. Now you can use this on scarring.
I've recommended this to a few of my ladies for scarring, and some quite recent scarring, and some, years ago scarring, and they've all seen amazing results.
Stretch marks. Also, it doesn't matter whether you had a baby last week or 30 years ago, you still end up with stretch marks that will be improved by this. I don't say it will get rid of them, but it will certainly improve the appearance. So, scarring, stretch marks, dehydrated skin, aged skin, but certainly aged spots. Dark spots on the back of your hands, really worth doing. But remember, as we always say, put an SPF on once you're going outside and you're going in the sun. Either a hand cream with an SPF, or what I tend to do is when I've put it on my face, I just put it on the back of my hands as well, so that you're covered.
And I would say, make sure if you are going to be having an operation, something's coming up, have really get your skin into condition as soon as you can, because then the scarring will be minimalised, and then as soon as it's healed and there's no open wounds and stitches have all gone or whatever, then you can start using a product like this.
As massage, if you've actually got scar tissue, but you can work your fingers gently and actually break the scar tissue down so you don't get that thickening. I remember we were doing this when Chris cut his hand, and literally massaging in a good oil will really help. So that's retin oil, £20, 100ml, and as you'll be happy to know, it's plastic, so I can keep it in the bathroom. I'm not likely to break it. Okay,
so my final two products, these are launching in the next few weeks, so we'll give you an update. But kind of in getting summer ready, bit of sun, legs out, etc.
Scary.
I know that a lot of you are familiar with SBC, Simply Beautiful Cosmetics. I think a lot of people discovered these via QVC, because originally they were only salon brand, which is why there's no fancy packaging and that kind of thing. I've used products such as the Arnica, the collagen. They're great gel products. So they penetrate with no stickiness, gooiness. My other half uses the collagen on his face. There's none of that type of texture, and also it means that you can mix and you can layer them. So
would
you can do a cocktail. So let's say you were concerned with collagen texture, and you wanted to also use these, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. So around your bums and tums and things, you could layer collagen.
And
then this.
Right. Okay.
So let me tell you about this. So these are in the Sculpt range, and there is a intensive body gel and a body cream. So do you know what I love about their new packaging as well? Is yes, it has a twisty lock, but it also comes with a little. You probably can't see that, but a little seal, because there's nothing worse than. So I would say body brush or exfoliate when you're in the shower or in the bath. And then use these. So these are designed to target that kind of cellulite, bumpy, kind of textured skin. So I would say you could use this tums, bums, legs, and also even, you know, arms and that kind of thing. So this is your first layer. So this is the gel. As I said, if you were also concerned with hydration, you could probably put collagen gel on first.
Gosh, that's so cool.
Super cooling. This is the type of product that please make sure you wash your hands afterwards. Don't get in near any intimate bits because it's very tingly. Oh God, I love the smell.
It smells amazing.
So
really
this
incredible.
is jam-packed. Oh,
But when you put that on, it comes out as a gel, but it sort of liquefies very quickly, doesn't it?
The penetration on these products.
It's gone.
Yeah, the penetration on these products is gone. Now you have algae in here. This is real brain clearing.
God, it is. It's great.
Oh God, I love it. I love that type of smell.
Absolutely cleared my head.
Pearl extract, algae, red and brown algae.
That sinks in.
Yeah. So that would be your first step. So as I said,
stickiness.
get out the shower, the bath. Away you go with that, and then I would go on with this. Now,
so it's been around for 25 years.
25 years, as I said, mainly in salon,
that.
apart from QVC. So this should go on top.
Oh, sorry.
So this is the body cream, and this is your sort of next layer to really work on firm.
Has that got the same fragrance?
It's similar, but it's slightly different. I mean, you can't really tell because you're layering them on. But this works for firmer skin, ginkgo biloba, coffee, and again algae extracts.
Okay, so if you're using this on your thighs and
Bums,
bottom, so it's helping with cellulite and things. I know it won't get rid of cellulite, but it's got a draining effect, hasn't it?
Exactly.
And
So
toning.
Combination of dry skin brushing, exfoliation in the bath or shower, whatever you're doing, and then, as I said, personally I think I'd probably pop a little bit of collagen gel on first from SBC, then I'd go with this, and then I'd go with that. I'm just about to start using these. The one thing to note, that sometimes when you use products like this you may be visiting the toilet a bit more because they are draining, so you tend to go for a wee a bit more. So don't maybe use this and go on a long car journey on the ferry or anything like that.
No good for me then.
No. So now these are £45 and £40 and £45. So I think with a lot of these sort of body treatment products, you can buy ones that are cheaper. They never ever work. You can also buy ones that have that kind of crazy tightening effect just because they dry. And then there's products like this that have a hell of a lot of actives in, and you can tell that.
But you don't need to use a lot of this, do you?
No. And it feels actually now, it kind of cool, and then that feels slightly warm, but super smooth with that body cream.
Feels really hydrated, really moisturised, but no greasiness, and it's very dry.
I just love the smell of it. So,
very cleansing.
So targeted areas, bums, tums, legs, and also sort of I'd say tops of the arms. So.
Okay, really nice.
Yeah. So SBC.
So buy those online, yeah?
Buy those online, and we'll put the links, and then as I said, they're launching in the next few weeks, so we'll take that at the beginning of May.
Great, okay, thank you. Now, talking fragrance.
Oh, your final one, I love this.
I'm a big fan of Miller Harris. I normally wear Fleur Oriental. It's my favourite fragrance. But Nikki and I were lucky to be invited to a launch for Vetiver Insolent. And this is a really great, spicy, woody, mossy fragrance that's unisex. So literally, do you know, every time I take the lid off, just feel the weight of that lid. They've changed the lids. It used to be a Bakelite lid, and it's actually now a lot heavier, and it's just gorgeous. Beautiful bottles. I know you've got fragrance on, so you won't want to spray it.
I'll have a look at it. This has turned out to be one of my favourites. I adore this.
Just the most beautiful fragrance. So, as I say, male or female, mossy, woody. It's got that vetiver.
Cinnamon, I think it has in it as well.
Yeah, tonka bean. And it's really got that grassy...
Pepper.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I love it.
It's so lovely. Lasts on the skin really well.
It's not one for you if you like sort of citrusy, airy,
florally.
fairy fragrances.
No,
No,
it's not florally. Oh, as Nikki quite rightly said, citrusy.
I think one of the interesting things about Miller Harris, you can smell it in the quality of the product, but they were saying is they are now really the UK perfume house that uses the highest percentage of quality natural ingredients in their fragrances and not kind of a lot of artificials, which is what obviously a lot of brands
absolutely
use.
And how lucky am I, this bottle's actually been personalised with my name, which I think is just so nice, such a fantastic gift. But as I say, Miller Harris, big favourite of mine. 50ml, £65, 100ml, £95. Fantastic quality fragrance, lasts a long time because you don't have to cover yourself in it. And I have to say, this actual fragrance lasts a long time, warms to the skin and smells completely different on everyone else, on every different person even. Nikki smells different on you to me, and at the launch evening we were smelling it on different people and different notes come through all the time.
But that's definitely because of the percentage of naturals.
Yeah.
You know, when something is synthetic, it doesn't really change on people's skin, which is why that you get this effect with Miller Harris. But a beautiful, traditional English fragrance house. I love their candles as well.
Yeah. If you're in London, go and visit them. You can either go to Covent Garden or Bruton Street, which is just off Berkeley Square. And beautiful stores and really very knowledgeable and helpful staff as well. I just think this is such a great fragrance for, it doesn't matter whether it's summer, winter.
And if you have a look, actually, if you follow me through social media and you look at some of the other articles I write, I'm writing, for my wedding piece, I'm writing this month, it'll be at the same time, about the travel set. They do really great travel sets in smaller sizes. And the other thing that I love about their travel sets they do is their little sprays.
Yeah.
Because I can't be doing with a dab.
No. And candles, great candles as well. So have a look at Miller Harris. This will be out on the 7th of April. We'll put the links so you'll be able to buy this in John Lewis or online or directly from Miller Harris. So have a look. Really beautiful fragrance. Vetiver Insolent. So that is us for April.
Yeah.
We've got lots of things coming up, which are quite exciting. More things to tell you next month. Any questions for Nikki? Just put them below the video or email info@fighting50.co.uk and we will get those answered. And we'll be back in a month's time with more news.
More new stuff, more news. So we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.